Hey everyone, welcome to Top Down Tech, where we take a look at tech from the top to the bottom. Today, as you can see, we have the Poco M4 Pro for our full review. I've been using this for a few weeks now, and I'm here to tell you everything that you need to know about this phone. So let's go ahead and start off with the unboxing. Alright, so that was our quick unboxing, and now let's go straight to the ports on this. So at the bottom, you'll find a microphone, a USB-C charging port, and one of its two speakers right here. And then on the right side, you'll find the power button, and also the fingerprint scanner is right on top of that, as well as the volume rockers. And then at the top portion, you'll find a noise cancelling microphone, an infrared blaster, and its second speaker, as well as a 3.5mm headphone jack. On the left side, we have a triple card slot where you can slide in two SIM cards and a micro SD card. Now at the back portion, we have a glossy plastic finish, and it's a huge fingerprint smudge magnet. So this one is quite glossy, so I would highly recommend that you use the case that came with it. Alright, so I'll be straight with you guys. I think this is probably the safest release that Poco has this year so far. We all know what happened to the Poco X4 Pro. If you don't know yet, or if you're not aware yet, well, I do have a video of that. I'll just link it somewhere up here. Anyway, let's start off with the performance on this. So this comes with a MediaTek Helio G96, and this is running on Android 11, and on top of it is the MIUI 13. You can already see that we got 312,285 Antutu benchmark points on this one. This kind of benchmark result doesn't wow you, but for its price, this is actually pretty good. And when it comes to the performance, I've had no issues whatsoever. I've been using this for almost 3 weeks now, and I have been pretty satisfied with the performance, whether I'm just making calls or texts or browsing social media and even doing some gaming on this. You'll be quite fine with the capabilities of this phone. This is a pretty reliable phone through and through. So even though this is running on a very outdated 12nm fabrication of chipset, you can still expect a lot of performance from this phone at this price range. So again, if your main concern is performance, let me already tell you guys that you're gonna be fine with just the MediaTek G96 on the Poco M4 Pro. Now, the only downside is you don't get 5G. So there is a 5G version of the Poco M4 Pro that came out last December. That one has the newer MediaTek Dimensity series as compared to this one with the older Helio series. But like I said, guys, if you are just a casual user, you're gonna be fine with the Poco M4 Pro 4G. Now, let's move on to the display on this. So this one has a 6.43-inch AMOLED display, and it's not just for specs, guys. This is a legitimate AMOLED display that looks really good, vibrant, and deep contrast, deep blacks. So if you are going to be using this for media consumption, watching movies, just browsing photos, you are going to enjoy the colors that will come out of this phone. So you can see right now, I am going to compare this with a flagship level AMOLED display. What you're seeing right now is a comparison between the AMOLED display of the Poco M4 Pro, which is an entry-level-ish, mid-range-ish kind of phone, versus a flagship level AMOLED display of the Xiaomi 12 Pro. Now, what you'll instantly notice is that the Poco M4 Pro is definitely darker, but I guess that's saying a lot about the Xiaomi 12 Pro because it really has one of the brightest displays right now. But if you are looking to experience your first ever AMOLED display, I think this is one of the best choices. This doesn't break the bank. You get a full HD display, you have a 90Hz refresh rate, and on top of that, this is already Widevine level 1. That means you can watch Netflix on this on full HD resolution. So I'm absolutely positive that you'll have a great time watching movies or just consuming media on this phone. So for its display quality, I'm giving this a 2 thumbs up. Next up, I think you'd be much interested to see the gaming capability of this phone, and I've tried a few games on this already, but mostly I played PUBG, Call of Duty Mobile, and Mobile Legends on this phone. And I can tell you guys that I had a great experience. The maximum temperature that I got from playing all those games consecutively is about 42 degrees Celsius. And for me, that's quite good in terms of thermals. I mean, at that temperature, you're gonna feel some warmth on your display and even the back panel right here, but it's not gonna be enough to distract you from having so much fun playing games on the Poco M4 Pro. Now, it does have a 180 Hz touch sampling rate, which is so-so. I mean, it's not really meant to be a gaming phone, but if you guys want to game on this, it's still gonna be okay. It's still gonna be an acceptable touch sampling rate. But of course, it's just not gonna be as responsive as those with higher touch sampling rates. Now moving on to the camera discussion, the Poco M4 Pro has a triple camera setup with a 64 megapixel main sensor, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 2 megapixel macro lens. Now let me tell you guys in advance that those other two lenses aren't my favorite, just like the way I didn't like the Poco X4 Pro's other cameras. So we're just gonna be focusing on the main sensor here, which is quite acceptable. Now I'm pretty sure some of you guys already know that the Poco M4 Pro is almost the same as the Redmi Note 11S. Now the only difference is the camera. So while the Redmi Note 11S has a 108 megapixel main sensor, this one only has a 64 megapixel sensor, but it actually takes good photos. When I say they take good photos, these are photos that are not gonna wow you. The HDR quality is good. I mean, it can still separate the blue from the sky. Even if your image is so bright, you can still take good sky photos. This will adjust accordingly, and the sharpness and details on this is all right. I mean, if you don't zoom in too much, it's gonna be fine. With the right amount of lighting, you can get a lot of good photos on this phone. And when it comes to poorly lit scenarios, you might have some problems in terms of the quality of the photos that you can capture. But if you're ever in a tight pinch and you really need to take photos at nighttime or during dark scenarios, you do have a flash right there that you can utilize for those instances. Now, as for the video capability on this, I'm actually surprised that this takes actual better videos than your Poco X4 Pro. So this already has EIS turned on if you are gonna shoot some videos, and while it doesn't go up to 4K or even 1080p 60 frames per second, you're stuck with 30 frames per second. That is fine. I can accept the video capability on this because it has EIS. It's not meant to be a top-tier mid-range phone. It's just right up there near the entry level and the mid-range level. So again, we have to temper our expectations, but my overall experience with the camera on this is actually quite good, especially if you think about the price that you're getting this for. Alright, so last but not the least, let's talk about the battery on this. So this has a 5,000 milliamp hour battery capacity and a 33-watt fast charging capability. Now, battery life on this is quite decent, and for most casual users, you'll probably still have enough juice to last you till the next day. You really don't have to worry too much about the battery on the Poco M4 Pro. Now, what I do worry about is the fast charging on this. So at 33 watts, it's advertised to fully charge your phone, but from my experience, it's always about 1 hour and 20 minutes or even more. So there's like a 20 to 30 minute difference in terms of the battery charging speed. But anyway, just take note of that fact that you might not be able to charge this in just 58 minutes. So there you have it, guys. Those are my actual user experience about the Poco M4 Pro. It's a decent phone for its price, and you also have a dual speaker on the Poco M4 Pro, so that's a really good thing about this phone. And of course, I'll have to commend them that they still have the headphone jack as well as expandable memory card slot here. So in terms of value, guys, I think the Poco M4 Pro is one of the best that they've released so far this year. But at the same time, you just have to be aware, guys, that there are times when the Poco X3 Pro or even the Poco X3 GT goes on sale. And if you do catch those phones going on sale, then I would highly recommend getting those if you are looking for something that has way better performance. Now again, I have to emphasize that you don't have 5G on this phone, so I guess that's the only downside that you get with the Poco M4 Pro. But again, for the casual users who are looking for one of the best values right now with a brand new phone, I can highly recommend the Poco M4 Pro. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this phone, and as usual, all of the links will be in the description box. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit that bell button so you can watch more videos like this in the future. That's it for today, guys. Keep safe and have a great day.